Walter Todd, Chief Investment Officer at Greenwood Capital, joins us now on the Exchange line. Walter, welcome to Arise Xchange. Thanks for spending a few minutes with us.
Hey, glad to be here.
All right, so you heard Walmart's CEO basically says that consumers are saving and not spending, and that's why Walmart got hit. Is that true? Do you believe that as far as the retail sector goes?
Well, I think in general that comment's true. I don't know that it explains the entire miss by Walmart. I think there are certain aspects of their quarter that are specific to that company, but I do agree with the concept that consumer spending habits have really evolved and changed since the financial crisis. They're more spend just in time, just what they need. They want to spend more on experiences and less on things. The way they spend, how they go about buying merchandise, online versus going into the stores. All of these are kind of headwinds for a company like Walmart, less so for a company like Home Depot, which you've talked about. But I think it's a variety of things that are hitting Walmart specifically. But I do agree with the concept that consumers are just more conservative today as a result of the financial crisis.
But we kept hearing that with lower gas prices, this was going to be a tax refund for consumers, and we kept hearing they were going to go out and spend money. That's not happening.
Yeah, no, I agree. And with Walmart specifically, I mean, that should have been a big tailwind for them because of their customer base is really sensitive to fluctuations in gas prices. And it should have been a tailwind for them. So it's a little bit of a head scratcher to see that they're still not able to generate sales. And I think it kind of speaks to the bigger challenge that they face in terms of attracting customers into their stores. And you mentioned, TJX, for example, which is another big box retailer that actually did pretty well, and how they've been able to position themselves in really a different space than Walmart and be successful. So it's really kind of in the retail space today. You look at Urban Outfitters yesterday with a big miss. It's really a hit and miss type of environment for retailers out there.
Walmart is blaming part of the earnings miss on paying its workers more. Yet, for example, LA just approved a $15 minimum wage. Doesn't Walmart want minimum wage elsewhere to go up because those customers will go into the stores?
Yeah, it's a little bit of a circular argument, right? I mean, if wages go up, globally or for the country, that should put more money in people's pockets and they would spend more at the retailers. But in the short term, that's a longer term benefit potentially for Walmart. But in the short term, they're just seeing the net cost of raising wages. I think it's the right move for the company, but in the short term, it does squeeze margins and resulted in part of the earnings miss today.
You rarely hear a retailer say, well, we're just selling things that people don't want. Is there any evidence that American consumers' tastes have changed a little bit when it comes to Walmart and when it comes to other discount retailers?
Yeah, I think they have. I mean, not so much Walmart in the things that they sell. It's just I think consumers are. I mean, we've got too much stuff, right? I mean, we've been building these stores for decades, and the proof is that we've got too much square footage in the United States versus other countries around the world, and I think you're seeing the ramifications of that. So people again are spending less on things, and they'd rather go out to a restaurant or see a movie or travel on a vacation than go buy an extra sweater from Walmart or what have you.
And do you think the weather at all played any role here? We always hear about the weather being blamed, but the spring is looking pretty good. Does that get people into the stores? Can we expect a better second quarter?
Yeah, I would say. I mean, the labor market's improving. I mean, a lot of the things that you would look at and say that, well, the consumer's pretty healthy right now, given the improvement in the labor market and the weather, et cetera. It should be incrementally better. But again, I think there's still some structural headwinds to firms like Walmart, and I would favor being exposed to like a Home Depot that I think is benefiting from some very good trends. Even though the stock closed down today, they had an excellent quarter, and that should continue.
Okay, Walter Todd, Chief Investment Officer at Greenwood Capital. Good to talk to you again.
Thank you.